Test, test, test. Okay, we're good to go. Hey everybody, Michael here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. It's definitely been a wild one. Excuse me, move my little head thing back. I moved my desk around today, so Loki's kind of getting the new feel for where he should be jumping up on me. And you can, well, Loki, you'll see him here in a second. Yeah? Yeah. So he's right here in case you guys want to say hi. He's been a very good boy today. He got a new toy. Okay, everybody, but as far as Bitcoin is concerned, a lot of stuff going on right now, everybody. A lot of stuff going on. Regardless if you guys are doing some day trading or swing trading, it's important that you guys kind of understand the new trends that are being set up right now as far as Bitcoin's concerned. And right now, we're kind of in a new downtrend here. Is this a terrible downtrend? Like I said before, no, not really. We're kind of watching this play out very nice and slow. But at this point, we have entered more into a little bit of a short-term downtrend. And I would say overall, we're still sticking with something more of a sideways trend until we start breaking down below support levels, kind of around here of 26,700. You can go a little bit below that as far as your support level here. But that's basically what we're looking for. I myself am looking more not at that hard level of support, but more of the fluid 50-day moving average. If we start breaking down below that, then I know we're going to have a little bit more of a longer-term drop. Again, maybe somewhere back down to $24,000 or so. I'm getting more and more concerned about that. But for now, I'm just doing these smaller trades and seeing where they go, okay? And hey, Rob K, hope you're doing well. And hey, Linda, Garcia, excuse me. Hope you guys are doing well. And sorry, I moved my camera, so normally the camera's right there. Now the camera's right here. So we're going to see how this works out so I can actually keep looking at my monitor and everything I need to do here while keeping my mic like totally out of view, which is nice. Lost $40 on Doge, but I pulled some profits last week. I mean, there you go. Well, usually by the time, you know, the market kind of rolls over a little bit here and people start losing a little bit more money, they've made a way to make some consistent profits. And all Bitcoin has done over the past, let's call it like 4 days or now, 4 or 5 days, all we've done is gone back to that consolidation level before we broke out last time. So again, not much has really gone bad here. I know people are starting to freak out. I know we are seeing those bearish moves at this point, but I'm still not in the panic mode. I have a few shorts out there. I'm kind of waiting to see how everything sorts itself out. But at this point, again, I'm not totally worried. I expect us to come back down a little bit more, but we do have some good support levels right here. The good thing here, I know that Bitcoin has been separating off of the NASDAQ more and more, which is good. I think it's good overall, but sometimes it leads us and lets us have some weird things to look at. You guys remember the NASDAQ? The NASDAQ is starting to show some of that weakness we had talked about over the last few days. We barely survived staying above the 20-day moving average here today, guys. We barely survived, okay? Now, 4-hour chart here, getting closer and closer to that crossover. Usually when it comes to these type of charts, I am just looking at the 4 hours. 4-hour moving average, excuse me. They usually give me a pretty good idea of what exactly is going on. The daily, sure, it's important, but we're not even close to a crossover right here. You can see how the 50 is flattening out because we basically have been flattening out for a while now. Now, 4-hour chart, I'm starting to watch it. If we start to have a crossover, I don't think it's going to lead to the end of this upward rally, but we might come back down here towards 12,500 or so, maybe 12,600, and start testing out this trend here. I'm hoping we don't break down out of this trend, but we may have to test it one more time before ultimately trying to break out again, okay? Maybe that has us coming back over here to equilibrium, which is kind of around $12,500 or so. If we can do that, I might try to buy it for a pop. We do have the federal rate hikes coming up in a couple weeks, but I don't know if you guys can see this right here on the bottom right-hand side. Yeah, it's still a few weeks away. We're still a couple weeks away. We're still fine overall. There's not really much here pulling us down. I think you saw a little bit of Tesla dragging down the NASDAQ today. As we look at the SPY here, down a little bit more. Again, dealing with those levels of resistance, nothing too crazy there. But again, you're starting to see that same trend to develop which we've seen with Bitcoin. You're starting to see momentum shift to the downward side. Now, if I were to pull up the oscillator right here, you can definitely see momentum is coming back down slowly. Again, nothing too crazy here. Pull it up right here as far as the MACD. If I were to shrink this down, there we go. Right, you can see momentum was starting to slow over here all the way back. And this is the 4-hour chart, remember, back on Tuesday, the 4th of April. So this is a while ago. momentum was slowing, not stopping, but just slowing. And you can see right now, momentum is continuing to go down. We have had that crossover now, and now we're having some divergence on the 4-hour chart here, where the SPY is making, or the MACD on the SPY is making lower highs. But at the same time, you're seeing right here, there we go. You're seeing that the SPY is actually making these higher highs here, right? Lower highs on the MACD, higher highs as far as the price action on the chart. That's a divergence. Normally, we end up coming back down. So I think that's why you saw some of the people, those trades we saw yesterday on Livestream, why we saw some of those VIX plays coming out the way they were, where somebody was betting $16 million on the VIX. So here's the VIX from today. Not nearly as much premium, only 335,000. But now here, let's go back over here to historical flow. And let's just see from Monday to today. There we go. There was that 16 million, right? 16 million call for VIX, which is just volatility increasing. We go over here. Let's check on it today. They bought it at 1.7, $1.70. Currently, it's at $2.10. This bad boy is still going up since the time they bought it. So, again, get ready to watch some crazy stuff happen. Now, when they bought it here, it was actually at the price of the VIX. It was around $21.38. Let's see right here. No, what is this? Spot price, $21. That wasn't $21. I wonder what this. I might have a glitch here. It was around $16.81. Right now, it's just currently around $17. You're starting to see that VIX go up a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But this guy, again, $16 million with a profit of, oh, geez. Percentage increase calculator. Let's go over here from 170 to 210. Final out 2.10. That's a 23% increase. To almost, yeah, 24, almost 23. Let's just go 23. And let's go over here. So let's go over here. So let's just do 23. And right here, initial value 16. So that's 16,000, 106,000, 16 million. They've already made a profit of about $2 million in one day. All right, so we'll keep an eye out for that VIX play. It still seems to be quite lucrative right now. They have a hold on that sucker for 62 more days, though. So I'm anticipating they're banking on a very large move coming as far as volatility over the next few days. And since we're kind of at a level of resistance, they're probably betting for us to come back down. And again, you're starting to see those momentum shift to the downside. So just keep an eye on that. We rarely see some VIX calls this big, but I mean, somebody yesterday was just going ham on it. Okay, so especially the last few days. Like, so today's the 20th, this was the 19th, this was the 18th, 19, 19, 18, 18, 18. These are some big plays coming out here. You got one put. I would assume this put right here is some type of hedge. But it is very interesting to see some really big moves. And this VIX is at a strike price of $26, all right? $26, excuse me. The current price of the VIX is only about $18, okay? Or no, it's $20, something like that. But still very far away from that strike price there. So everybody is betting that we're going to go much higher. The only one that's in the money right here is the put, which kind of makes sense because it is a hedge right here as well, okay? So you see some hedges over here. No, $24 isn't a hedge. $25 not a hedge over here. But you see some smaller hedges. I would assume they're hedges. But keep it out there. Somebody's banking on a lot of volatility coming up in the next 62 days. But usually they don't want to have to worry about the theta. So they usually buy ahead of time. And that's, I think, what we're looking at. So they're really expecting a move, I would say, in the next 20 to 30 days of some strong moves. And they expect it most likely to come on the downward side. All right. So keep that in mind. Not every time. I won't say a lot of time. There are times when these big players lose all the money and they are wrong. So, just take that, remember that as we're kind of looking at this. But what I want you guys to understand is we're looking at some divergence right now. That's really the big thing here. We're looking at divergence on the 4-hour charts. The daily charts here haven't had the crossover yet. You guys can see we still have more time. I don't know if my MACDs are set to this one right here, 24. So these are not your normal MACDs. This is the custom MACD that I use because I like to have a little more confirmation on the swing trades. But if I were to add a normal MACD that some of you guys may prefer, There we go. No, they yeah, 12.26.90. Okay, yeah. They haven't actually had the crossover either. It's getting closer. We're about 2-3 days, maybe Monday or Tuesday, we officially have that crossover, unless tomorrow we have a really bad day, which could definitely happen as we kind of test out the 20-day moving average here. But so far, we haven't had that crossover. We're looking very, very close. And remember, when you guys are looking at the MACDs, don't pay attention to the histograms too much. All the histogram is showing you is the difference between the blue line and the orange line, the MACD line and the signal line, okay? All this is a visual representation of how far away these two lines are. You can use it if you want to, but I don't. But you guys can see right here, we're getting closer and closer to that momentum shifting. And the last time we had the momentum shift, again, regardless if you want to go from this one or this one, let me just put this one aside so we can look at the MACD. What did we have? All right. We came down. All right. Nothing too complicated about that. Over here, we had the crossover. What happened? We came down. We had the crossover on the bottom side. We went up. That was a beautiful thing. Right. So just keep an eye out there. We are seeing a lot of those oscillators go down. Now, we can look at other stuff like here, like the Dow Jones. Same concept here. We are starting to see some weakness here. Let me just get rid of all the technicals here so you can get to the basic, right? We'll get into the same point here on the MACD for swing traders that I like to use. This is more for I like to use on the 4-hour chart, but we're not even close to crossing because this one has a lot more lag to it, but that signal, when it's confirmed, is a lot more powerful, right? Crossover right here, you can see how immediately afterwards we had a few good days of just really good trades, or really good downward moves, I should say. And overall, we did make new lower lows here. No divergence. It worked out pretty well. Going back over here, the crossover worked right here, right? And you can see how after that we had a really good move. This just kind of lags it in, so you're just trading the momentum. You guys know how to trade the momentum within the longer time frames right now. This is basically set up for that. If you guys want to learn more about this, I put out a video about MACDs. You guys should watch it. But if you go to the traditional MACD, you guys can see, hey, that first MACD sign right here. But this may have made you buy right here. Then you might have saw it come down a little bit more, and you might have got mad before it eventually took off, right? That one lags it, so we don't really get caught up in those ones. Although if you are just trading spot or just buying shares, simple, you guys can hold through this and expect it to continue to move up. So. And the MACD's been pretty consistent on this one, I would have to say, right? Crossover right here, going into the trend. You guys definitely want to be doing some puts here. Even a change of character makes it more likely for there, right? And so far, again, we haven't seen that one. You do see some mixed signals like this, which makes it not perfect, of course. But usually when you're so far above and so far below, that's usually when the MACD is the most accurate, I would say. Not in these times where we're going sideways and absolutely nothing is happening, right? But yeah, so just keep an eye out for that. If you guys want me to check out some other stuff, let me know. And today I just wanted to go over a few charts, say hi to you guys, then start talking about Coinbase a little bit. This Coinbase lawsuit is important, so I want you guys to kind of understand what's at stake here, and then we could vibe and talk about whatever else you guys want to talk about. Now let me go over here very fast. And hey, Miss Pepin, happy to see you back. I miss catching you for my many weeks. Hope all is well. Man, the buyers don't want to step up. I mean, what buyer wants to step up in this is Dow, $30,000 in this economy? It does make it very, very rough, right? And I'm going to be streaming a little bit more here over the next few weeks. I want to start doing a couple streams a day, but what I'm going to start doing again tomorrow, I just basically one of my mics broke, and this is my backup mic. This mic was the mic that was on here, and the mic that over here was the one over there, just actually for the last few days. So I'm ordering a new mic, and so I'm kind of like setting everything up new for this new type of thing I'm working on, because pretty soon I'm going to start going on other people's streams. I kind of talked to you guys about this a while ago, but I'm going to start officially going on other people's streams and having people join my streams as well to kind of go over technicals, news, what's going on, things that could move the market, as market moving news. Stuff like that, which means, fun. I've been waiting for this for a while. And so what I did is I moved my desk around and back again. I'm back up against the back of the wall. You guys can't tell because there's a green screen there. Moved my cameras all around, got everything all hooked up. And I'm going to buy a new microphone here, which is this Shure SM78. I can't pronounce all this stuff. Cardior dynamic vocal microphone, and I'm going to buy this Cloud Microphones Cloud Lifter C1. I basically just have to ask a friend very fast what type of cords I need for this, and then I'm going to pay for this in a little bit, but it's going to cost a pretty penny, but it won't be too bad. But yeah, so that way I have my professional mic, everything kind of quality-wise goes up another leg, because I've been trying to fix this mic for a while as far as sound quality, and I think it sounds okay, but when I try to add the filters onto it through Streamlabs to make my voice just lower the mids a little bit here, it comes off with this weird staticky type of thing where it's cutting off certain words of my voice. It's like it just messes it up very much, and I don't exactly know what's going on with it, so I've just stopped. And every now and again it still has an effect on the microphone, so I gotta like not mess with it too much. But I'm getting ready to have a lot of people on the stream and go do other stuff with other streamers as well. The ones I'm talking to right now are Debate Crypto, and the other one is, I don't want to mess up their name here. Debate Crypto and message. Oh, Investing Bros. So I think there's smaller channels than mine. Let me actually check out Investing Bros. I'm not entirely sure. But I just want to start, yeah, so 3,000 subscribers. I'm going to start going over there and start having chats with them, and, you know, them having them on my channel, me being on their channel. And it'd be nice to kind of build up a network, because I've been looking for a network for a while. And while I know a lot of, I guess, crypto influencers out there, like I talk with Tom Crown like every freaking day, I do need to kind of start building a network around myself to help my crypto prestige. So I'll be doing that as well. So get ready for that. It probably won't start until like the beginning of next month, so everything can be coordinated, but it's coming. It's coming, right? What's right here? And Ken, give me the ticker for Bitfarm. Bearish moves are really holding up for the most part. Would like to see a bounce right here. It would be nice to have a bounce. We're kind of in that premium spot, right? Right as we were starting to break out before. 4-hour chart. We have time for a bounce, at least back up to maybe 29,000, maybe for a wake up, but then we're probably going to start getting pulled back down. Short term here, we're just in this downtrend, but we have time to kind of come back up. If we start breaking out of this, then there is more hope for us to run back into this 20 moving average again on that 4-hour chart. That's more of what I'd be interested in as far as taking a long here. I do want to see us come back down quite a bit more, but this is taking a lot longer than I wanted to. I got stopped out of a short here a while ago. So I had taken a short over here and I sold it over here, but I did another short around here, and it just like ripped me out, and I had a stop loss there because I wanted to be a little more conservative, and wicked me out, and now we're back here. Freaking ticked me off. But yeah, so let me see over here. I might add another one here if I can over the next few hours or so. But as far as everything else is concerned, everybody, let's go over here to the 2-hour chart. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum is still making those lower lows here and lower highs. We'll see if we have another opportunity to have a bounce up. 4-hour chart for Ethereum, we already had that death cross involved, and we're looking at some of the support levels as far as equilibrium. Excuse me, guys. Long day. Oh yeah, I no longer have a beard. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, you guys can see this level of support right here. This, if Ethereum is bouncing, you can bet Bitcoin's bouncing as well. That may be a nice move here. We'll have to see though if we don't just get pushed down hard, or if we find a way to come back down a little bit more. Okay. Now, dollar index still kind of playing that same game here, but still we have not been able to break out above that 20-day moving average. If you guys are more fearful right now, you definitely want to see this come up if you guys are shorting. If you guys want to see us continue to go back up, you want to see us get rejected from this again and start breaking back down and make new lows, I would say over the next week. Us just coming back down below $100 would be an amazing thing. Currently, we're at like this previous low is $100.78. We get all the way down here to $100. You're going to see a little bit of a rocket ship going off. Everything else, guys, not really too much going on. So this is the weekly charts we're going to be checking out. ADA coming back down into that downtrend. Dogecoin here coming back down to that 20-week. ApeCoin coming back down, breaking down actually. This has had some really good breakdowns. Usually when this thing breaks down, it's usually a good opportunity to buy. AVEX getting rejected back down here. Everything's pretty much kind of testing out the support levels here. This is AXS. This one doesn't really listen to those moving averages at all. Hardly. Look at this. Breaking down, broke out. Yeah, that's not too much. Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash may have a little bit of a breakout here later on, but right now it's definitely testing out that 20. BNB, same thing, getting rejected. Nothing new there. That's been in a trend for a while. Chili's got rejected here after trying to break out. Now testing out a level of support. Probably just testing out that 20-week moving average. The 20 weeks here are definitely pretty crucial for a lot of these coins. Not for crypto coin though. This one's coming back down. Crypto coin, you know, this one's been interesting. This one really did have a good time during the last, bull market. It came all the way up here to like $1. And that's when I guess it opened up at least on KuCoin on 8 cents. This thing has had a pretty good rally. Now it's kind of back down to around those levels. Not to all-time lows, it looks like, but it's close, at least from the KuCoin chart. Let me go over here to Crow. Maybe Coinbase has more time frame. No, Coinbase doesn't have a more time frame either. There we go. Yeah, back over here. Okay, it's hitting some lows, I guess. This is Kronos. Is that the same thing? I can't tell. Yeah, okay, yeah. But it's hitting that big level of support. If we were to start breaking down from here, you could see this coin go all the way back down to 2. Oh my gosh, 2.5 cents. That'd be that'd be a big dip right there. How much of a dip would that be? Yeah, it's like 62% drop. Hopefully it doesn't do that. Wow. I didn't realize how non-volatile this thing has actually been overall. It's because if all it takes, to go back down, that's not much support after that. Some of these rallies were just that good, but they never built up support during the rally itself. So yeah, we really have to hold this 5.5 cent level for this Crow coin here. Everything else here, the ID token we talked about before, it's definitely coming back down. Keep an eye on this one. It's just coming back down since the dollar, coming back down to 73 cents now. Arbitrium. I always mess up this name here. Coming back down bit by bit as well. You might have a bounce off of this 20-day moving average here. It might be kind of fun to trade. Right now, though, I'm not playing it. I'm not playing any games with it. You can see the breakdown off of the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. The 20 on the daily, the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Sorry, guys, didn't really accomplish much. Maybe a short term, but it wasn't that good. Right now, you're about to see a death cross here, so maybe if we're lucky and Bitcoin bounces, you guys may have an opportunity to short it back down if it makes contact with that 20 as it breaks down below the 50 moving average here on the 4-hour chart. Okay, let's go back over here to Bitcoin though. Watch it on the 5 and just see if anything good happens here. Now this is oh, okay, I see what that is. Okay, we can leave that downtrend line there for a second. Just remember that this curved line right here is the 200 moving average on the 5-minute chart. Confused me there for a second. Let's go right here. See. And hey, Rob, the prices we are seeing is what we saw like 2 months ago or something like that, isn't it? Yeah. Well, guys, of course we're dropping. We're seeing momentum shift downwards, and we haven't seen that momentum for a long time now. Usually when we see this momentum, especially in the stock market, it leads to the whole market coming down. It's not crazy. It's not like really bad, I would say right now. It just shows that we may be in for a little bit more of a dip. But this consolidation period is still fine. I would be very happy that, like, in 2023, we're still consolidating within the 20,000s and we're not consolidating in the tens. That, like, imagine if we were consolidating around 15,000 right now, we'd feel a lot different about the overall market. But what do you call, hi, Michael, can you show a technical on the underlining index of the NY Fang? Should you F and G? I don't trade these normally, so let me just see what's exactly in it. So you got some Meta, Tesla, Nvidia, down a little bit today. Just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So what do we have in here? Meta, Tesla, Nvidia, advanced. Oh, this is a give and pull. This is interesting. Netflix, Apple, Amazon, Snowflake, Yo holdings by weight. Wants me to log in. I'm not gonna log in for all that crap. All right. Tesla took a drop today. So the outperformers for this one are definitely, in my opinion, going to be Nvidia and AMD. Everything else is probably just okay. Like Apple's just okay. Amazon maybe a little bit weak. Microsoft okay. Google okay. Netflix meh. I would say the weak links here, the weak links, if we're going to name some, are probably going to be Netflix, Amazon, Snowflake, and Tesla right now because of the earnings. I would say those are the weak links, but the stronger players, maybe something like Meta, for now, when the recession hits, this thing is going to crash. Nvidia and AMD especially are definitely going to be some strong ones to look at. So if I was to do some technical analysis over this one, I mean, you can see how this looks kind of similar to what we've been seeing with the NASDAQ, except for the NASDAQ, of course, isn't, you can see Tesla kind of in there a little bit more. Now, as we're looking at this, you can definitely see we're close to a breakdown here. Let me actually get the magnet on so we can kind of focus on this one. There you go. We are close to a breakdown. Usually when this bad boy breaks down, though, it's just because the overall, the stocks in this portfolio are also breaking down. But one of the reasons people like to trade this is because, again, it's a leveraged play. It's a 3x leveraged ETN, but this isn't due until 2038, so you don't have to worry about any of that type of crap. Now, what I would say for now is, let me just kind of look at some of the momentums here. We already had that crossover a while ago as far as the MACD. We were already starting to see the momentum shift back down. Let me go over here to my personal. Oh, that is my personal MACD. Okay. Oscillator, we had a little bit of divergence right there. Yeah, we saw how that divergence is panning out now. Nothing crazy. Now we're coming back into those lower highs. Again, that's fine. But still coming back down, right? Not much bullishness on the oscillator, though. That's not terrible. Okay, let me actually go over here very fast. Let me just add the RSI. I just want to find out one thing here. Are we above 70? No. Oh, yeah, we're at pretty good times. Oh, what we're having, though, is a gigantic divergence that's been happening since February-ish, early February. So you can see how we're having these higher highs. And we're having these lower highs right here. That divergence is going to be an issue most of the time. Like I said, the divergence wins out most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. So Patrick, what I would say right now is definitely looks a little more bearish. As I shrink this down very fast, though, if you're going to try to use this and see a breakdown play there, it'd be pretty simple just to add this on right there as your level of support. So yeah, I might be looking at the first pivot point somewhere around $80 or so, $81. After that, you're looking at around the 200 daily moving average. I trust that 200 daily moving average with maybe a wick coming back down to 70 or so. After that, though, I would really like to buy if I was looking for a stronger position. Not so much over here, to be frank with you, but more within this zone over here, and then waiting a while to see if it can manage to bounce off, because we did find our stronger level of support right here. And you can see that level of support kind of matching with this level of resistance from way back over here of November of 2022, okay? Not much matching up with that one. Now, because this is an ETN, normally what I do when I see stuff like this is I would just try to figure out what's going on with the 2 to 4 top plays in this. And so right now it seems like the top one was Meta, I believe. And you can see Meta managed to break out. Now on the weekly chart, look at that. Nice breakout, a golden cross there. Very, very lovely to see. You can see after the golden cross, we had about so far 2 weeks of good moves. This week, we're starting to give some of those moves back. All right. Now, on the 4-hour chart, you're starting to see the breakdown. We haven't broken down below the 50 moving average in a while since this rally start. We have yet to close down below it, and we just did, unfortunately, over the past few days, okay? 2 days ago, it looks like. Oh, I mean, most of these closes actually all happened pre-market and post-market, really. Yeah. So today, let's go over here to the 2 hour. Yeah, today was the first day we actually closed down below it. Officially, you're starting to see those trends kind of move back over. Let's go back over here very fast. That's not terrible. But again, yeah, you're starting to see these crossovers here. Oh my God, look at that divergence, though. I don't know. We're starting to talk a lot more about divergence, I feel like. Well, divergence hasn't been happening for a while now, has it? Right? Lower high, lower high, lower high, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. That divergence is kind of interesting to watch. That momentum is definitely not going in the right way. But this is a 4 hour chart. Let's go over here to the daily chart. Yeah, that divergence is insane. So you're starting to see Meta look pretty weak as well. I would say over the next month, I would like at least next 2 weeks, I would like to see Meta back down here to at least 198 to 194. That level might be interesting for a buying opportunity. And if you can try to correlate that buying opportunity with Meta, with the I'm going to mess it up, FGNU, that's what I would try to do. Now Tesla, rough day for Tesla here. Very rough day. Bad earnings reports, death crosses over the last few days. The momentum shifted a long time ago, but there was no divergence, right? Lower highs, nice and simple, right? 4 hour chart, though, you can just definitely see how bad of a day it was today. This probably, since we're breaking down and we did break down below support, we might get pushed back down here pretty fast, and we might start heading back down here to 140 or so. That could really drag down this FNGU here. So because I think, what was it? Yeah, because Tesla's almost 12%, just be a little bit careful with it. I would say those two right now are something I'd be the most aware of. If you're looking for reasons that it might slow down and it might not be as aggressive, you could try to see NVIDIA and AMD. Both of these are big players in this AI revolution going on right now. I think everybody wants to get in on the AI thing. I'm finding new AI things for you guys, and I'm sharing videos. I made a video for Opus Clips yesterday. I encourage you guys to all watch it. I did just a short tutorial about how to use the product. Now, what are we going to do here? And let's just start with NVIDIA. I mean, they're both doing very good. Let's go over here to the weekly chart first. Look at this. NVIDIA doing fantastic, but two things. Right? Running up into some resistance up here right now. Not the most important thing. The most important thing here is if I can drag this up here, get my rectangle out. Maybe just do this. We're running up into that resistance. Now, we had a very beautiful inverse head and shoulders here a while ago. This one was very nice. You can see right there. Shoulder, head, shoulder, breakout, boom, boom, boom. That's pretty much played itself out at this point, and we're having some issues breaking out. If we start to see this, well, I might as well just move this up here, right? You're seeing the slowdown here, but you're not even close to a crossover just yet. I would say sometime over the next week, you can definitely see this starting to come back down a little bit more. You can see this smaller uptrend right there. There's a good opportunity for everything to start coming back down, even though this one has been doing well so far. I think this is probably one of the main reasons, along with AMD here, right? Nice, strong move upwards. Again, running up into levels of resistance here. Look at that, right? We managed to break out above that, held for like a day or a week before coming back down. But there we go. First one right there. A little bit of a support week, actually. Yeah. But as we break down from here, this one's a little bit more straightforward than NVIDIA, right? Crossover happened a while ago. You're probably going to see that one be more of an opportunity to buy some puts, I would say, at this point. But that's because I just see everything slowing down right now. NVIDIA still seems like a great long-term hold. But at this point, the way I'm looking at this, Meta slowing down. Tesla's already come down quite a bit, 10% today alone. NVIDIA is starting to slow down. AMD is starting to slow down. And both of these had such massive moves that when they do slow down, you're probably going to see them exasperated, as well as this being a 3x position here, or 3x, what do you want to call it? 3x long, leverage long. I wish I knew what else was in here. Alphabet should be okay. Microsoft should be okay. They're both going to come down, but not like crazy, right? They're more stable. Snowflake, fine. Amazon, I'm interested in, because Amazon's been a very weak link, I would say, over the past few months for a lot of people out there. But okay, yeah. I'd probably, if I were to come back over here, There you go. Let's go to weekly chart. You know, I would probably be expecting this thing to break down over the next week or so. When that breakdown happens, I'd probably hop on board and start buying some puts. If you wanted to buy puts now, I guess they'd be somewhere around the $70 puts that would expire not tomorrow, not next Friday, but the following Friday. And you would find a way to sell those, I would say, sometime next week, with a week of extra time there just to cushion yourself in case for whatever reason we have a spike up in prices or something like that. I would either place those bets tomorrow, or I would place those bets sometime Monday or Tuesday, just so you know what's going on, because at least we're most likely going to come back down to retest some of these lows. If you wanted to shave some off and lock in those profits and then move up your price target or your stop loss up to your entry price to try to, you can't really do it as well with options. If you want to do that, that might not be a bad idea there. But Tesla's a huge factor in this. Tesla didn't have a very good day, so just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Back over here, 15. There we go. There we go. Okay. It seems like traders are front running crossovers, trading once they see a turn in the trend line. A little bit, yeah. So over the past, I want to say 2 weeks especially, you guys saw a lot of altcoins going kind of crazy. There are tons of people out there who just want to do a little bit of day trading or some really like big shorts or really big longs, so to speak. And they're having their fun really like manipulating the price at this point, especially of those lower market cap value tokens. When we do see these crossovers, though, it's more, how do I say this? So it's not so much that momentum is shifting downwards, it's that they're attacking the momentum stalling, right? That stalling of momentum is really triggering the shorts to really try to pile drive on this. And it's been working okay so far. You guys kind of sense the hesitation in my voice because we had talked about this a few days ago. We had been talking about how we were right here. When we first started coming back down, we were, we had a support level over here. We might have tried to hold it. We broke down below it. But what happened? Everything was saying, hey, we're breaking down. Why not try to make some trades, right? Break down here. It was a good trade on the short term here. But for those of us that wanted to find an opportunity to trade that big move right there, man, look at that. Big boom right there out of nowhere. The cross hadn't happened yet, but everybody was front loading the cross, like you were saying, right? Everybody attacking the cross a little bit earlier. And now you're starting to see that big boom. This one right now, go over to the daily chart. Fix all this stuff. What's the 20 showing you? The momentum is slowing down. People are attacking that slowdown of momentum. Not even the fact that momentum overall is coming down. It's been coming down for a while, but it's not, a lot of these lagging indicators aren't showing it as much, right? Maybe if you put on a 10 moving average, I might even just say a 20 EMA, you'd probably have a little bit better results here. This is a 9. We'd probably just want to do a 20 or a 10. Let's go with the burgundy line or whatever color this is. There we go. All right. You can do this, just see that shift a little bit sooner. That stagnation right there from here to here, people are definitely hopping on board there. Because before there, guys, we were still going up. As bad as everything was, stagnation, pile drive on here. Stagnation, pile drive on, right? Pile drive on, see how much further we can go. Once we start tearing it back up, though, people forget. Stagnation over here, well, this is coming out of an upward trend. Stagnation on the upward side, we really did. Oh, this is FTX, so yeah, nobody knew what the heck was going to come there. That was a freaking disaster upon disaster. But even over here, right? A little bit of a 1 day effect. 1-2 days ahead of time, right? You can see that stagnation coming in. And so people are seeing it. We'll have to wait and see. But there's been so many really weird volatile moves, like especially this one right here, where we just went pop just like that. It always gives shorts kind of a pause right now because there are still a lot of bulls that want the market to go back up. But if the stock market's starting to slow down as well, and we're starting to kind of feel antsy about it, you know, they don't really have the same incentive to actually go strong into the market like they might have had a few days ago, just when everything was looking a lot more optimistic. There we go. All right. Are we going to see you on Tame stream? I don't know who Tames is, but if you give me the name of his YouTube channel, I'll look at him. I can always, what do you call? Bitfinex. Oh, what am I looking at here? No, I'm looking at tokens. Bitfarms. Oh, okay. Stock. So this is definitely taking account of Bitcoin coming back down. It's kind of pushed it down because this actually looked very bullish for a second here. Look at that golden cross coming on the weekly chart. Now on the daily, we're running back into some support levels here, back really around this $1 level. This is going to be a risky one just because of how it is $1 and it's in the stock market. I might wait before I buy for it to come back down here and test out some of these levels around 93 cents or so. I don't think personally that the dollar level is going to hold, especially if Bitcoin continues to grind down. You're going to see this probably fall another 10 to 14%. What is it right here? Yeah, it's like 16% down here, 14, 15%. Somewhere along those lines, especially because as Bitcoin continues to go down, these type of things are just, they're always correlated to Bitcoin, always. And you can see how we had a really big move, then we had the banking crisis, and all of a sudden we took off just like Bitcoin took off. Ran into some resistance up here, even broke out above that resistance. But yeah, Bitcoin really ruined this rally here. I might try to buy back in somewhere between 93 and 96 cents. And then you want to go long there, and hopefully you can get back up towards $1.10. I would have a really simple price target. I would not try to go crazy with it. That price target really just correlates right here. That's not even $1.10, it's $1.08, excuse me. That's how I would try to plan this out. But you can already see here that I don't have to go talk about some of these MACDs and stuff. That momentum is already cooling off. Look at that. Coming down screaming hard here, waiting for that crossover. Definitely looking for something more that you might want to buy puts on if you'd like to do puts on this. I don't even know if there are puts on this, but I would not be looking to buy into it for a long position for the next few days at least. I'd wait for it to come back down below $1 before actually trying to strike it and get that profit. There we go. 15-minute chart. There we go. Okay. And hey, Mirth, thanks for subscribing to Crypto Bros. I appreciate it. Make sure to let them know you're excited that I am going to be on the stream. I gotta figure out a date though. Is there an indicator that shows trend line cross projection rather than drawing it yourself? I have not looked for one. Normally, I just try to guesstimate it with my eyes, but let me check that. Let me take this over here. Let's go that over there. Let's exit here. Projections, I guess. Multi-moving average with forecast. So multi time indicators, multiple moving averages, no, multiple moving. Okay. With, okay, what am I looking at here then? Favorites. Did it not pop up? Hold on a second here, guys. It's this one right here. It says multiple moving average with forecast, and it has a few different dots out there. It's on ADA, it looks like, but it's supposed to be my favorite indicators now. There it is. Better yet, let's exit out of this. Let's open up my test layout that I do for you guys on streams. All right, let's grab this one. We got 3 moving averages there. Let's get rid of all of them. Let's go over here to favorites and let's go down here to with forecast. Let's open this up and see. So we got a lot of different things working on our way. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. So SMA 20 green. You guys, it looks like can do EMAs and DEMAs and all types of other stuff if you guys want to. SMA 50. Let's make this the lighter blue. Why can't I make these lines thick? So 4, 5, don't need those. We have another SMA here, and let's do the 200. And yellow is the correct color. Style, thick, thick, thick. I think we're fine for now. Everything's gonna be chart. So that looks about as far as it wants to project right now. Oh, this is a Bitcoin 1 minute chart. So daily chart. There you go. Like you can see this crossover happening on the Bitcoin daily chart, you know. But I mean, your eyes could usually just show that to you. But if you want that extra kind of idea of what's going on, I think it may help you, especially on the lower time frames. I would say it'd be more appropriate for the lower time frames because there's a lot less lag going on, and there might even be less lag on top of that if you were to look at an EMA instead of an SMA. So like if I go over here, I turn this to EMA. Watch this, right? A little bit more, I guess, a little bit more. Not as much as I would say as I wanted to see as far as like the projection here, but I guess that's because of we're kind of getting into the sideways action here, which is going to make this forecast a little more sideways. Right? SMA last 20 days. What are we looking at here? Last 20 days is, oh yeah, last 20 days. It's one more sideways candle with a candle that we're kind of matching up with. So everything's going to be going a little bit more sideways here. If that makes sense. For EMA, especially because everything's weighted more heavily down here. This is about the best one I could find on short notice. I would give it a try. I would probably wish that the forecast was a little bit longer, but the way this thing is kind of set up, you can see all these weird little dots. Probably means it's using a lot of data to do this. So we got lines, forecast. You might, and you can change this up if you don't want dots. Looks like you can do something more of the lines of, I don't know, maybe lines as well. I mean, you could continue the lines on if you wanted to. So it's 3, forecast, line. Did that do anything? Oh, I think I'm changing each individual dot with the line. So this was kind of weird. But yeah, that's probably the best one. I can see how there's no dots here anymore. Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird. But yeah, that probably is going to be the best one that you're probably going to find here on the short term. But trust your eyes, and you should be fine. Is this going to be the right one? Oh, I need to get all that crap. Here it is. Yeah, okay, that's fine. YouTube. There you go. Bitcoin 15 minutes. I'll put this one down and there we go. Okay. Oh yeah. And just a quick reminder, everybody, this stream is sponsored by, excuse me guys. This stream is sponsored by, why am I drawing a blank on this right now? Whale Streams, Chart Prime, and Fairdesk. Make sure to go check out the links down below. I always forget to remind you guys of those things. Oh, I don't, but sometimes my mind goes blank. Freaking long day today. Let's see. What happens to the fine money the SEC gets? It usually gets sent back to the government for whatever they want to do with it. Sometimes it gets reallocated to their budget so they can work on more stuff. But usually it just kind of goes to the government and they do whatever they want with it. It kind of gets removed into the budgets. Hey, James, what's going on with Ethereum buying or selling day trader? Short term, you're probably going to want to buy Ethereum. Longer term, you're probably going to want to short Ethereum. Short term here. See how we're cooling off on the 15 here? 4 hour, slowing down just a little bit. I think on the 2 hour, what was it, the 1 hour then? No, not that one. Maybe it was a different chart I'm thinking of. Yeah. I think it was the EMA I had on here before. But yeah, but we're hitting the support level over here. So this used to be a resistance level, kind of around between 1900 and let's say 1923, $23 range ish. We bounced off of that. So if you want to try to go long here, you're probably going to be going long a couple hours, 3 hours. I don't know, not too long here. And then afterwards, you're pretty much going to be done. Your stop loss is probably going to be around 1925 or so. So you're pretty much not going to be totally crazy there. There we are. Okay. Mike, do your best to stay away from Tame the Ark. I was joking. Oh, okay, okay. Can you, what do you call? Yeah, I don't know much about Tame the Ark. I know he runs streams like me. He's run streams for a long time. Let me see. Because I know he does run streams. Pop this right back over here. Yeah, he has a Doge Spike Live Elon Musk Crypto Bull Market Day 161. He runs streams long term, and he has 55,000 subscribers. Let's see, at Tame the Ark. I think his channel's probably growing. So Tame the Ark. There he is. Oh, he's lost subscribers. He's losing subscribers. Oh, uh-oh. That's never good. He's getting about 5,000 views per day. I think that's kind of where I get my views, around there. I think so, yeah. I don't get many views per day, but I'm gaining subscribers, I think. I'm pretty sure I'm gaining subscribers. Yeah, I guess I don't know what's going on. He's not growing his community. But yeah. Well, let me see mine. Yeah, so you see like 100 subscribers here, 100 subscribers here, 100 subscribers there, 100 subscribers there. I'm growing my channel. I guess I'm getting like 11,000 views for the day right now, 16,000, 7, 7, 8, 8. So, you know, a decent amount of views, more than him, I guess. But I don't know. I've never watched much of his content. I know I heard about him much more during the Dogecoin boom, because a lot of you guys, I think, or a lot of you guys had watched him, or the other people used to watch him. I don't know, but I've heard about him before. And a one shot. Most people don't want to buy right now, but when people are scared, that's the best time to buy. Sorry, late on the stream. Are there any good points on Ethereum altcoins? Right now, everything's hitting a support level. Now, it's not the strongest level of support, which is why you haven't seen people wholeheartedly just jump into the market. But if you were looking for a spot, this would be it. I already tried to open up a short and I got stopped out of it. It was a very tight stop loss short, but it was a short nonetheless. So what do you call, I would say it'd be a short-term long going into a longer term. And by long term, I mean like more than like 24, 48 hours of holding a short. So I would say right now, definitely looking for more, more bullish features for Ethereum, only because we're trying to bounce off right now. If we don't find a way to continue making our higher highs here, or if we break this higher low structure right now, that's where we're going to start to see a little bit more bearish moves. Because again, I just tried to short right here. This is maybe a couple hours before the stream started, like an hour before the stream started. And what happened? As soon as I shorted, boom, 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 hit the stop loss. Now is that, and I was like, oh, we just broke down. I saw the momentum shifting, and I was like, maybe I should just wait a little bit longer. It's not the end of the world, but still, I was pretty ticked off by it. I wanted to see us continue on this grind here. But that's because I had a very short-term short stop loss. A lot of times, if you're doing longer-term trades, like, you know, and you're shorting right here, that stop loss might be something over here on 28,500, right? Or maybe up here around 28,900. But with a 10x leverage play, which I think I did, it's a little bit too risky for me, right? Oh, there we go. Have you seen the video from 2019 where Gary Gensler admitted Ethereum wasn't a security in 2019? I have not seen that, but it does not surprise me whatsoever. Remember, guys, one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today was why Gary Gensler is going after Coinbase. He's going after Coinbase because he wants to make it extremely hard for you guys to turn your cryptocurrency back into cash or US dollar. If you guys could, how do you guys get your cryptocurrency from Bitcoin or Ethereum, Dogecoin, whatever, back into cash? I exclusively use Coinbase, but I haven't really done much research into what is out there besides those two, right? So let me know what you guys do in order to turn your cryptocurrency back into cash. Is there another app out there that does it? I would say right now, Robinhood might be one. If you want to transfer Tether over to Robinhood, I think you can. I don't know what their stable coin is, but I think you might be able to. Webull, I don't know if Webull has wallets yet, but they might. Because once we start losing Coinbase, I think Coinbase is the #1 way to do it. I think it becomes much more difficult for people to actually want to transfer dollars and add it into crypto. That'd be a huge blow to the cryptocurrency community in 2024 when this next bull market really takes off, in my opinion. Because if he's blocking the way, basically, to stopping people from cash to be turning into Bitcoin to be exchanged for Bitcoin, basically, that does have a really bad effect on the overall crypto markets and the price action that we're going to be seeing over the next few years, which should be very good regardless. But, you know, it would be a lot better if everybody in the mob could toss in money to try to buy Bitcoin, because the more people that FOMO after we've dollar cost averaged this entire time, the more money we make. I mean, that's pretty frank, or I hope you guys understand that. The more people that FOMO during the all-time highs next time, that just means you guys have the ability to sell your, not your shares, but your tokens and coins for even more capital, and you're going to enjoy that quite a bit, I would, I would assume, right? That's right here, ADTX or which one? I can show you Bitcoin here. Bitcoin's fairly simple right now. So what you're seeing is a little bit more of a slowdown. I can pull up some oscillators here as well. Let's go over here very fast. Is this one open? Let's close that down for now. Okay. So you can see Bitcoin right here kind of making these higher highs over the weekly chart. Still a nice uptrend. Bitcoin at this point in time is just looking fine. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It looks like we've hit a little bit of a high point within a higher trend, within an upward trend, and we may be looking to kind of back down just a little bit before trying to continue on to that trend. We haven't broken the down below the trend yet. We're not even thinking about this overall trend and us breaking down below it at this point, okay? Now, this is a custom MACD I have, but this one shows a little bit more of a lagging happening. So it shows that momentum is slowing right now, but we haven't had that crossover that turns everything a little bit more bearish. If you were to add the normal MACD, which I think is what most of you guys use to trade, you are going to see a little bit less lag here. So let's just do this. Thick. Just a little bit less lag, but still, all we're doing is we're slowing down on that momentum, but we haven't seen that momentum really start to shift back down. All right, so actually they're pretty similar in this respect. As far as the RSI is concerned, let me pop this up. We're about to have that death cross, if you will, and we've already tapped on that oversold section, really up here around 70 and a half. It looks like 70.5. When we do have that crossover, that's really not going to be a good sign for the overall market. As we kind of go over here, though, and go over Coinbase, maybe I can pop over here. There we go. You can see that general level of resistance that we're dealing with, but give it more historical time frames here. Let's make this down a little bit as well. There we go. Usually when we have these crossovers here, crossover there, crossover here, really close to these oversold periods, this one wouldn't be as close to the overall period if it does happen. One over here, right? One over here, and then, oh yeah, you can see some of these wild dips that occurred. One over here, yeah. So basically, let me just start over here. We have a big dip that happened right here, a dip that happened right there. So hopefully you guys can see this a little bit. I know it's kind of small, but historically, it doesn't really bode well for us right now. And let me go back over here to being oversold or overbought, excuse me. That crossover that happened right here, that's the first one. This was January 18th. Maybe I'm not getting this one right. Draw that line. There we go. Yeah, right. So we started seeing that weakness right here. And then afterwards, what you actually saw was some divergence from here to here and here to here. And then kind of afterwards, you kind of saw that break back down. Anyway, that's not too important. But basically, it shows us that weakening times are ahead, and usually it ends up working. We're not in a very crazy bull market, so I don't expect us to have some type of really crazy rally out of it with free government money kind of pushing us higher and higher. But now, just like before, again, let me just go over here. Crossover right here towards oversold. Crossover right there. Right there. Afterwards, we started coming down. Same concept here. We're starting to see more of these bearish signs. Now, have we had the sign yet? No, we haven't actually had the sign yet. We haven't had the crossover. If Bitcoin next week has a big turnaround and we start going back up to 31,000, these bearish crossovers, this momentum shift, will go back to more sideways momentum or upwards momentum, and we won't be looking at so many coming down, right? But you're starting to see the forecast of like, flag, bells are kind of dinging in your head right now that things are kind of looking a little bit off. Going back over here to the daily chart, again, we've already had that crossover here, right? Now, the daily one's not too important. Maybe if you were to shift this from something from the 14 to 21, maybe you might feel a bit better about it, right? But usually, right, crossover right here. Small dip, nothing too crazy there. Crossover right here. There we go. A couple days later, we started to have the dip we're currently in. Daily chart, not so crazy with the RSI, right? Usually, though, 28, 20, 21 maybe. Maybe that shows you a little bit more. Even then, you're still getting similar signals here. This signal moved over here. So you had a 1 day heads up for a small move. This one's still the same thing, still managed to work out. It's just we've been going sideways too much. The RSI is just not our friend right now. But yeah, and then again, you can do the same thing with the MACDs. You can do the same thing with those stochastics. You're starting to see those crossovers here, those divergences there, just more flags saying, hey, bearish, bearish, bearish move incoming, bearish move incoming. Again, price action can really just flip off all the indicators I just told you about, but more times than not, we do see these actually work, and this is probably why I think so many people are getting more bearish on Bitcoin at the point in time. But I think everything is really just going to be geared up to what happens in a few weeks when we see the rate hike. If we see a rate hike, I guess is a better way to put it. But maybe the last one to go over here is stochastic. Right. 28, 30 and 3, I guess. Let's close this down right here. Again, like overbought, oversold, stuff like that. Move this down a little bit more. All right. You're starting to see some of these crossovers, but this whole sideways motion, just like the RSI, MACD seems to be this one right now. These sideways actions really haven't been doing much here. Again, timed up here 1 day. This one right here, I guess 1 day advance of a smaller move. This one right here, maybe 4 days ahead of time. But again, after seeing these two, are you really going to be that enticed to just hop into that? No. But if you're looking at the MACD and some other stuff as far as the news and stuff, yeah. But yeah, basically for Bitcoin, we're starting to see more of these red flags pop up. Usually this is in a time of consolidation. People aren't totally panicked about it, I would say, but we're just kind of starting to see them. And that is something to be concerned about. I would not be shorting Bitcoin to oblivion right now, but I would start to look at shorting opportunities or having some low leverage shorts that you could risk having stop losses up to $30,000, $31,000 if you want to try to hold on for a week or 2 weeks from here. All right. So I do see Bitcoin being more bearish over the next few weeks, but day to day, we have seen the fact that bulls really have the ability to really just sock it to the shorts here when needed, right? This is a beautiful opportunity to short, and bulls just bounced it right back out before shorts had to come back in and push it down even harder to where we are now. Right? So some of those smaller moves I'm not going to be able to forecast because I'm not really used to seeing stuff like this. It's pretty interesting from my perspective. But you know, overall, those trends are still winning out right now as far as the momentum slowing down. Let's get out of the stochastic. Stochastic doesn't really work well with Bitcoin 4 hours right now. You got to have more of a volatile market. If you want to use a stochastic indicator, really look at the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and possibly the 1 hour charts. They're usually pretty good with those ones if you guys like day trading. Let's get those lines off the screen. There we go. Bitcoin there, 15-minute chart, move it back down. And you could already see Bitcoin stagnating right now. So maybe we're even looking for a shorter term pop here. Like we were talking about with Ethereum, we're kind of hitting those support levels, a bounce before eventually moving back down because we still haven't broken out of this downtrend that we're currently in right now. DYDX coin. Let's I mean, this thing looks pretty similar to Bitcoin, so I wouldn't expect it to move any crazy way. And just like Bitcoin, it's hitting a support level. So right now, it looks like if you wanted to buy around that 264, 265 range is really going to be your sweet spot. And then you're probably going to have a stop loss around 260 to 262 if you wanted to go long from here. Just looking at this chart, you are looking at a breakdown here. That breakdown happened a while ago. Yeah, bouncing up here in the golden zone. So that's your nice little buying opportunity. Right here. Let's get that. But you do see how we're stopping there a little bit more. Oh yeah, and also holding up against the support level. All right. If you don't want to buy right now because you think eventually we may even have a little bit of a pop before ultimately moving back down a little bit more, you might be more interested in buying around 260 or so. I think that would make life a lot easier for you if we were to pull this back out. Step. Yeah, Fibonacci extensions worked out pretty well here. You might be looking to kind of buy in here around 260 or so as it tries to tap down on the support level here. Then really you might scale out, not the first one, but maybe somewhere around 277, maybe to 287. Anything above this I would consider being greedy because I eventually think this will just make some type of higher low or lower high, excuse me, and then come back down. But if you wanted to try to buy something down here, that would still rank you in a profit of about minimum 7.5%, up a little bit higher, 11%. If it goes higher than that, awesome, but I wouldn't expect it to. I'm the type of guy that sells out early, usually because when I say that, it does go higher, so maybe it will go up to $3.30 or $3, excuse me, or something like that. But I would play it safe if I were you, especially because Bitcoin itself is showing those lower signs there. Seem that those weakening signs. Let's see. And hey, Amar, I don't know anything about him not being able to let people chat. I don't know what the rules are there. I know he has a pretty big Discord community. I think that's where all of his views come in. But I have no idea. I've never really talked to Tame the Arc guy before, maybe once or twice through email, perhaps. But I honestly don't know. Remember? Let's right here. As far as Coinbase, keep an eye on Bitcoin. It probably bounce up again in the short term and move a little bit down more over time here. Do you think we're going to get a bounce to the upside of Ethereum? Yeah, Ethereum right now is short-term bounce, most likely just because we're heading up for a big level of support. Bitcoin's found some support here as well, but I would say it's probably a shorter-term bounce play, not something you guys want to be holding on for a very, very long period of time, okay? And hey, King, have I used Lazy Bear's TTM squeeze? Which indicator is that, King? I don't know. I know he has a squeeze indicator, but TTM squeeze. I don't see one by Lazy Bear. I see one over here by Greeny. It's an oscillator just like Lazy Bears, but I don't know if his is named that. Because I think Lazy Bears is a squeeze. Yeah, squeeze momentum indicator by Lazy Bear. Yeah. And we've just started to squeeze here, except for we haven't started the release process yet because we don't have the gray candle. This is going to be hard for you guys to see. What would mean go besides green? Because the oscillators was green. Orange. Orange and black. What's blue? I guess lighter blue, thicker. Maybe that'd work. Okay. We basically want to see it turn from blue to orange in the momentum and the direction we're going. So you see how we already had the oscillator shift right here. That was an okay opportunity if you wanted to go in there. It looks like in hindsight. Not in hindsight. Actually, we had a couple days of going down. But when you start to squeeze right here where it turns orange, which is right here, that was a good position to go into. But you can see how it kind of stayed there for a little bit too long. Technically, you would have probably wanted to exit when the squeeze started to momentum was going down. But at that point, if you went here, you're not really making that much of a profit. But yeah, my channel. Yeah, here it is. Ultimate Squeeze Momentum Indicator Tutorial Lazy Bear Trading Strategy. I put out a video about it 12 months ago. YouTube does not notify you guys about any videos that I put out, and I'm accepting it, which is why I'm starting to put out more content, even knowing that people aren't going to be watching it. I think some of my, like, this video only has 566, this one has 1,000. They build up over time. This one has 1,000, this one only has like 300, but that was like for a short amount of time type of thing. But then I got videos like 5,000, 1,000, 2,000, 100,000. I broke 100,000 views. Sweet. On this one. So, 1,000. I don't care at this point how many people view my videos. If you guys want to see the tutorials, I would encourage you guys to go to the video section though and look at them, or go over here to the playlist section and go through the playlist. So I like the video of my friend Avi. He has a large channel. Lazy Bear indicators for beginners, ultimate trading indicator tutorials. You can click on this, or the best trading view indicators for day trading in 2023, GANFAN trading strategies and tutorials. Let's say we do the best trading view indicators, and basically it'll go here. It'll start playing videos. Like this is my video. There's a couple of videos here, and then there's one from Trade IQ. Trade IQ, My Trading Journey, Power of Trading. I should move some of these around here. Move them around and stuff like that. But yeah, then you guys just go through the list and kind of watch some tutorials, or you guys can simply just go for the videos. But I try to put playlists together that have not just my content, because I know that there's other type of strategies out there. Ultimate Trading View Indicators, right? So this one starts off with the moving averages channel, then mine's afterwards, then Pine Trades, then mine, then another My Trading Journal, stuff like that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in here I try to provide for you guys, because YouTube don't do. Can't even, my lips aren't wet enough to go. But it all depends. Like this one yesterday when I posted, I think it only got like 50 views at first, but then people started searching for it. So it's getting more traction now, but like I'm getting like maybe 10 views an hour or something like that. But I got videos on a lot of this stuff. A lot of this stuff. YouTube just doesn't really show it too much. But normally the way I do it is green and red, I would say, in that tutorial. But for now, just because you guys are looking at it like this, watch the video if you want to learn more. But basically, it's an oscillator that shows momentum, but it also tries to show squeeze where the momentum is very strong. So when it's squeezing, you would rather day trade into that momentum. Simple as that. So you might have to change the colors here, because one of the colors for these crosses is black on a black screen. You can't really see it. Although if you can't really see it, it's black, right? So depending on how you want to use this, how your mind works, it could be interesting. But yes, I do say give it a look. It is a great indicator by Lazy Bear. Really great indicator right there. I think that's the one you're referring to. Let's see right here. Hey, bro, long time. Hey, Critical Thinker. Can you check out Matic for me? I think we're due for a small pump before further down the trend. All of you guys have pretty much the same idea for all these different tokens because everything is hitting those levels of support. They've all kind of fallen down so much that they actually had to stop at whatever support level was there, right? And you want to check out Matic right here. Where is my Matic? There it is, way at the bottom. Why is it all the way down here? Let's strike this back up here a little bit more. Okay. Daily. And you're seeing right here again, hitting some zone around here, and we're trying to bounce. Now, again, you are correct. I would say this is more of a short-term bounce if we have it, but that short-term bounce can really take you back up here, back up to 106 or so. Anything above that, you're really hoping for a lot here. Unless the market continues to go up tomorrow, I would say you might have a better bounce maybe on Saturday or Sunday, back when the market is closed, right? Stock market's closed. But that's about a 1.5% rally right there. I'm looking at it. We've already had that breakdown here, so that breakdown happened a while ago. Oh, the false breakout too. If I turn log off, did that help out? Yeah, log off helped out a teeny bit here. That's a bad one right there. A lot of people probably got stopped out of this one really, really fast. Okay, but yeah, so you do have that support limit right here. Let me see if I can figure out if we're going to have any more resistance up here. Yeah, so you might even be able to get up to $1.09 or something close to that one. Would I try to make this bet? Maybe, let's see. We're slowing down a little bit. Yeah, if you wanted to buy right now, it'd still be about the time. You'd probably want a dollar cost average and have a price average of below $1.05 if possible. $1.45, $1.04, probably the preferred price right now. And then you probably want to have your stop loss around $1.03.5, so 1.035. That's probably going to be a good stop loss because once we start breaking down below here, it's pretty much going to be over. Actually, you don't even have to have it that high. It can be 1.038, so 1.038. Yeah, so, and then you probably, yeah, your price target's going to be somewhere around here of $1.07. It's not going to be a lot. It's really not going to be a lot. However, with leverage, you know, what is this? 2%, 2%-ish. 5x leverage, that's 10%. 20x leverage is 40%. You get the point here. But that's probably what you're going to be doing. This is not really looking like it wants to pump up a whole bunch, though, just because we do have to deal with those levels of resistance. Whereas something like maybe a dot, right? A dot doesn't have all those levels of resistance over here. It has to deal with pretty much 658, 672. That up here is around 7%. You can see how close those resistances are, or how far in this circumstance. Matic really does have a little bit more resistance in the short term right there. Let's see. And hey, KJ, wouldn't Bitcoin go back above 30,000? I mean, it could be within the next week if you're lucky. Right now, it's really about this. All the stocks are showing decreased momentum and they're all starting to show more bearish signs. Okay, so usually when that happens, Bitcoin starts to slow down as well, and you've seen Bitcoin slow down after Bitcoin having an amazing, absolutely fantastic rally that really even surprised me. Now, if you want Bitcoin to go above 30,000, you at least want to see the stock market have a really strong close going into tomorrow. So you want to see the NASDAQ above 1% by closing. That may give Bitcoin enough effort to try to hunker back up to 30,000 and not really break out from there, but at least consolidate a little bit longer. That's really the goal here. But everything is slowing down. Dow Jones starting to lose some momentum right now. SPY losing some momentum. SPY actually breaking down here in the short term. Small breakdown, but a breakdown nonetheless. And we're seeing that momentum move down. If that momentum continues to move down and the price action continues to fall, then the momentum it's really saying slowing down, not like just pile driving down just yet. But if we continue to do that, eventually we are going to have a drop that would probably take us closer to $26,000, $27,000 and be pretty far away from $30,000 for maybe a few weeks or so. And then we'll have another opportunity to pump us back up. If we don't get a lot of momentum back on our side over the next week or so, I would say your next best bet to get above 30,000, if we don't get momentum for whatever reason, this could be big news coming out, stock market, big news, whatever. You're probably going to have to wait until May 3rd when we do have the rate hikes. If we don't have a hike, that'd be a big boost to Bitcoin, probably propelling it back up to $32,000 or so, which would be a really good move. But that's a huge news event. The technicals at this point in time don't suggest that we're going to have a great opportunity unless a whale comes in here to really pump back up to $30,000, unless the stock market can like try to make a move here going forward. And the stock market is not making those moves right now. In fact, we're coming back down because we're kind of in this weird earnings season where we actually have some decent earnings coming out, but we also have some disappointments coming out. Those disappointments are really with some of the larger cap plays out there like Tesla. We'll have to see what Apple's doing and things of that nature, okay? And hey, One Shot, thank you very much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. And always let me know if you have any more questions, my man. My voice is kind of going today because I've been dealing with a whole bunch of stuff, but I really do appreciate it, One Shot, very much, my man. And King D, yes, that's the one. Yeah, definitely for that. Use it. Yeah, it's a great one. People search for it all the time. Most of my views, guys, come from people trying to learn something, and so they search it on YouTube, and then it pops up. They're like, hey, like, 20 people an hour trying to watch this, 5 people an hour, and it adds up over time. But yeah, I have a lot of tutorials and a whole bunch of that type of stuff. Enjoy it. It's not too long. I try to make them as long as they need to be, so you guys understand everything, and I think it helps you guys out a lot. But yeah, it's a very good indicator. When I do go through the indicator, one of the reasons I try to find indicators like that is because when you go over here and you look for Lazy Bear or Impulse MACD, when you go over to the front page, sometimes it doesn't make a lot of sense about what they're talking about here. Like, there's a lot of colors involved with this. No, this is not the Impulse MACD that I'm looking for. Squeeze. Yeah, my bad. I'm getting two things confused here. There you go. Impulse MACD has a whole bunch of colors that you guys really don't need to care about. There you go. But squeeze. There you go. Sometimes it can't. His tutorials, because he can't do it in video form, they're not as good as somebody that has the time to like actually explain the details to you, right? So he says black crosses equals squeeze on, gray crosses squeeze released. You normally want to have the squeeze released. You want to trade into the squeeze release, like right here, right? Boom. You're trading into that trend. Makes it very easy to make some money. You're seeing the momentum stagnate. Therefore, you might be looking to have, this is a divergence happening, right? But you might be more looking for, hey, I might be looking to pull out of my position now, not buy, not short, not do anything, just say, hey, I might be looking to get out of any position that I've taken. You see that divergence happening right here. I don't really know how much of a divergence that really is, but you do see the equal highs mixed with the lower highs, so that is a divergence, but it's not a really crazy one. Well, I guess right there you actually can see it doesn't really go down all the way. All right, not as powerful as your average divergence, but you can see again the squeeze being released right here, and you can see how there's a lot more volatility. You want to be shorting into that trend, even though it actually did have a pretty increased movement. But if you don't know how to use the indicator, this is actually might be kind of confusing, right? He's not even explaining that this is a divergence happening. He's not even explaining that any of that type of stuff, right? And so basically he'll do a little bit indicators index. List to all my indicators. Oh, this is kind of cool. I haven't seen this before. This must be kind of new. New indicators added. So yeah, so basically if you have any questions on any of these indicators, let me know and I'd be happy to answer some of the questions for you. But yeah, usually when it comes to his type of stuff, it's very good once you've learned how to use it. And usually when you go into his comment sections about the indicators, everybody's always asking tons of questions. And that's why I tend to make these types of videos as tutorials. And again, if I were to go over here and I go to my back end as far as my YouTube dashboard, let me go over here to my views. Let's go over here to, all right, let's not even do that one. Let's just go over here. The Impulse MACD by Lazy Bear. I did another video on that one. right? So this one's only had 115 views in the last 48 hours, but people are searching for it. People are searching for it. That's, you know, so people are close to 57 people a day are just trying to figure out how to use this indicator. Will it be more views in higher volatile times, like the market's going up higher? Yes, I see that actually quite a bit. But my point being here is that there's always people trying to learn how to use these indicators, which is why I try to make the tutorials on them. All right, but okay, buddy, I'm gonna call it a night right now. It's been a good hour and a half with you guys. Tomorrow, expect a couple streams. I was trying to do a couple today, but I had to literally move my entire desk around, unplug everything, and use my handy dandy air duster to dust off everything, which gave me a little bit of a allergy attack. Not terrible, but yeah. Plus I had to get my hair cut and everything like that. So expect a little bit more streams coming out and expect a few more videos. My editor, his computer broke, so I'm working with him to get it fixed. But once his computer is fixed, he's going to start giving me some more videos. I can show you guys what his video looked like actually before I leave here. I don't want to show any private conversations, but I do want to show the video because this is the quality of the videos that you're probably going to be seeing in the future here, which I'm pretty excited about. Now I'm paying for this, but at a certain point, I got to start paying for a good editor, in my opinion. And why not start now? That way, by the time the bull market does start, probably later on next year, everything will be kind of all pistons will be going strong. It'll be a good investment. Let's go over here. So here you go. So this is a lower quality, so bear with me here for a second. I can take off the volume here. Let's so. Hey everyone, Michael here. In today's video, we're going to be doing a deep dive into the stochastic indicator. This one is powerful. It's useful. We're going to learn how to set it up on. Okay, I'm not used to the music. Wasn't there in the older version. I don't think I like the music. So, but basically, you're going to see some editing. You won't see dog hair in my beard anymore because Loki can't get his dog hair in here. But basically, see how I need to provide him a script because there's cryptocurrency or forex, and he's on an investor, so he put forex sphere when it's supposed to be forex, which is why you guys haven't seen this video. You guys saw another person edit this video, which is not this guy because this guy's computer is broken. But you know, zoom in effects, right? So you can see what's going on. Highlighting and focusing on certain things. All types of stuff here. So it'll be good. More cleaned up and stuff like this, but this is a first version. I'm pretty impressed with the work he's doing. But yeah, so get ready for more content like that. So what do you call? I hope you guys will watch some of that content as it comes out. And if you guys have any strategies in particular you guys want me to test out or talk about, let me know. Because what he's going to be doing is taking, I'm going to write a script. I'm going to read the script. And as the script says, you know, go to indicators, type in indicator A, B, or C. I'm just going to be doing that. But that script is basically answering a question that you guys have or talking about a new indicator. So whenever you guys watch one of those new videos, I would encourage you guys to ask any questions about any other indicators you guys want to use. This can be as simple as a MACD, RSI, or a MACD, RSI combo. Anything you guys really have your heart set on, I can answer a question about it. And then I'll work it into a larger strategy, which could be used for Bitcoin, Apple, euro to dollar pair, pound to dollar pairs at forex. And I think that'd be really good. Okay. But what do you call, see you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably I'm probably going to try to go at 6 o'clock, go back to the standard time, and maybe go from 6 to 9 or something like that. I want to do a longer stream with you guys. And hey, Wilder, happy to see you back as well. And Brandon, what do you think about Lux Algar? I watched your video about how I found your channel. What do you call? It's a good product. It's fine. I'd probably say Chart Prime is probably better right now. So I would probably say try both of them out and see which ones you like best. But all the platforms that I show you guys, I like them quite a bit. All right. So I'll see you guys a little bit later and have a good rest of your day.